Hello, how are you today? Do you want to dive into a book that might just surprise you, whether it becomes your next favorite or one you might skip? Let's find out what readers are saying about it.
Sandy, who has 13 likes, says, Molly the Maid is back with more hijinks at the Royal Grand Hotel shortly before Molly and Juan Manuel's upcoming nuptials. The hotel is hosting a taping of the hit reality TV show Hidden Treasures when Molly discovers a seemingly unimportant gift from the past has great significance. Molly the Maid goes viral overnight and must reckon with the new side of fame and fortune. However, only half of the story occurs in the present, with most of it devoted to the lives of Gran and Mr. Preston. Oh, what a lovely story. I enjoyed the first 2 books in this series and getting to know all the fun characters in Molly's life. But I liked shifting the focus to Gran. She was a strong, loving influence in Molly's life, and this book will help understand the motives behind many of her tales. And we finally get the love story we always wanted more of. Thank you, NetGalley and Random House Publishing Group Ballantine Books, for this early reader copy. All opinions are my own. John Kelly, who has 18 likes, says, if The Maid made you fall for Molly Gray's earnestness and quirky logic, then The Maid's Secret might just make you want to wrap her in a big, warm hug and then immediately start reanalyzing the clues she drops along the way. This one's part cozy mystery, part origin story, and 100 Molly Prose brings us back to the Regency Grand Hotel, where a new mystery stirs not just in the polished halls of the posh establishment, but within Molly herself. This time, the stakes feel more personal. There's something buried in her past, something about Gran, the woman who raised her with so much quiet strength and ritual, that resurfaces in a way that feels both inevitable and quietly devastating. There's a dual timeline structure here that works really well. It gives us deeper insight into Gran, elevating her from the wise voice in Molly's head to a flesh and blood woman with her own secrets. And it adds emotional heft to a mystery that's already cleverly spun. This isn't just about whodunit, it's about how what was done years ago still echoes through today. Compared to The Maid, The Maid's Secret feels a bit more grown up. Not heavier, exactly, but more layered. The humor's still there. Molly's literal interpretations and dry observations haven't dulled a bit, but they're balanced with a touch more tenderness, a shade more melancholy. If The Maid was about learning how to be seen, The Maid's Secret is about what happens when people start looking closely. There's also a sweet thread of romance here, the kind that doesn't dominate the story but rather enriches it. It's not swoony, think more warm glance than grand gesture, but it fits Molly's world perfectly. You root for her, not just to solve the mystery, but to trust, to open up, to believe she deserves good things, and the ending very well done. Not in a loud, twisty, gotcha way like many mysteries, but in the quiet, satisfying way that leaves you smiling at the final page. Maybe even wiping away a tear if you're the sentimental type. This might be the best in the series. At the very least, it's tied with the original, but if you ask me tomorrow, I might be leaning toward this one. There's something beautiful about a sequel that doesn't just continue a story, but deepens it. Thank you to Random House Publishing Group Ballantine for providing me an advance copy of the book for review. Curry reads. Carrie, who has 14 likes, says, thank you Ballantine Books for an early ebook copy of this book. This story is told as past and present timelines. The past timeline is told through letters from Molly's grandma about her upbringing in a world of privilege. Present timeline follows Molly as deals with going from rags to riches in the blink of an eye and the complications surrounding that. I loved the first 2 books in this series. I relate to Molly in many different ways and find her absolutely delightful. The problem I had with this book is that it centers around rich people and their unrelatable lives. and issues. I just couldn't connect to the newly introduced characters or the story and couldn't understand why I should care about a priceless object. I enjoyed the pre-existing characters and there were moments of enjoyment I experienced reading their parts. But beyond that I was just uninterested in this story. Video review https www. TikTok. Compt ZT2F2 UK 68. Nilüfer Ozmekik, who has 133 likes, says, I am a devoted fan of Molly Gracious, a truly one-of-a-kind, deeply resonant character. And I love following her adventures. If The Housemaid is worthy of a movie adaptation, then surely Molly deserves her own big screen moment too. Don't you think? And now, in this latest installment, she's finally about to walk down the aisle with Juan Manuel, an event worth celebrating on its own. But, of course, nothing in Molly's world happens without a twist. And this time, she finds herself entangled in a high-stakes art heist that threatens her very safety, with an unexpected treasure discovery turning her into an overnight sensation. Molly's simple life as the Regency Grand head maid and special events manager takes a dramatic turn. What starts as an exciting TV appraisal quickly spirals into chaos when her newly unearthed artifact worth millions vanishes in broad daylight. Suddenly, Molly is at the center of a daring theft, and the only clues to unraveling the mystery lie within the pages of her grand's old diary. As Molly delves into long-buried family secrets, she uncovers shocking revelations about her grandmother's pasta love story that echoes through time and holds the key to the present mystery. This novel seamlessly blends a clever whodunit with a deeply emotional journey of love, legacy, and self-discovery. Molly's signature charm and sincerity shine through, making her an unforgettable protagonist. But this time, it's Grand's backstory that adds a whole new depth, weaving historical intrigue into Molly's modern-day troubles. The dual timeline approach keeps the suspense high, and while the heist itself is thrilling, the real magic lies in the emotional weight of Grand's revelations. Heartfelt, engaging, and irresistibly charming, The Maid's Secret is the perfect mix of mystery and heart. Whether you're in it for the twists, the nostalgia, or just to spend more time with Molly, this book is an absolute treat. Fans of the series will be delighted, and newcomers will be drawn in by its warmth and wit. Highly recommend. A very huge thanks to NetGalley and Random House Publishing Group Ballantine Books for sharing this highly anticipated sequel's digital reviewer copy with me in exchange for my honest opinions. Jamie O, who has 87 likes, says, Happy publication. A fairy tale in reverse. The Maid's Secret is likely the last installment in Molly the Maid's story. Prose does a wonderful job at closing the gaps in the series by filling readers in on the gray family secrets. The book begins with excellent recap, so readers can catch up to where Molly's story left off in the novella. This book could be read as a standalone, but is best read in order for full comprehension and enjoyment. In this installment, we are given the backstory on Graham's riches to rags family history through her own words in a diary she left for Molly. This information fills a much-needed gap in the reader's understanding of Flora Gray, as Molly and fiancé Juan Manuel are planning their wedding. The Regency Grand Hotel hosts an Antiques Roadshow-type reality show in its grand ballroom. Mr. Snow allows the staff the opportunity to get their own items appraised for the televised event. Molly brings several of her grand's trinkets, including the beautiful egg they duped the Faberge. However, when Molly learns the egg is actually an authentic Faberge egg and worth millions, her whole life is turned upside down. She is given her 15 minutes of fame, but does not enjoy all of the attention that comes with it. When the egg is mysteriously stolen and Molly's life is threatened, Detective Starks and the staff of the Regency Grand Hotel are on the case. Who stole the Faberge egg and why? Molly will need to read her grand's diary to figure out the answer while the plot begins in the usual quirky fashion. Readers are immediately thrust out of Molly's world and thrown into the past through reading Gran's diary. Unfortunately, this alternating timeline detracts from Molly, which is the true magic of the series. I immediately missed the day-to-day happenings at the Regency Grand Hotel and felt while learning Gran's past was necessary. It was not as intriguing as Molly herself. My rating wavered around 2.53 stars until the last few chapters, where the magic came together in a most satisfying manner. Thankfully, the beloved Maid series closes with a heartwarming ending that promises that love cannot be stolen, and is sure to satisfy readers. 3.55 stars rounded up. Expected publication date 48/25. Thank you to NetGalley and Random House Publishing Ballantine for the arc of The Maid's Secret in exchange for an honest review.